Speaking of that, you've come under a lot of attack. There was an ethics complaint filed against you, I guess, last year, where you had to basically step aside for half a year, and you were completely cleared. Now, there must have been 2 weeks of reporting on the ethics complaint and about 2 seconds of reporting on the fact that you were cleared.
That's right.
That was by an organization that was seeking to take you out and remove you as chairman, correct?
Yeah, a known left-wing organization.
Then, in preparation for the program, I looked at the attacks on you, the memorandum that you put out, which essentially says what we've been talking about. And we have the Washington Post Democratic memo discredits Nunes, tantalizes on dossier corroboration. Then we have the Atlantic, the Democratic memo undercuts key Republican complaints about the FBI. Then we have New York Magazine, the Nunes memo is fake and the Russia scandal is very real. It must be very disconcerting and frustrating to you. You know a hell of a lot more than us because you get confidential and secret information. To see what has taken place in the executive branch under the prior administration and frankly continuing the bureaucracy in this administration, and to see one newspaper after another, one opinion writer after another defending it.
Yeah.
And attacking you.
Well, and don't forget, everything that you have in this pile here, at least those that you just read.
And pile's the right word.
It's a pile of something, I think.
Yes.
This is part of the Democratic Party's network. So what I said this at CPAC the other day. The media in this country is dead. It no longer exists. And the American people need to understand this. I don't know where it's going to all end. I don't know if it's dead forever. But 90% of the media is far left-wing, and they are totally reliant. They're totally reliant on getting clicks and playing to their base and to their owners to support what their owners want. And there are very few outlets that are going to give anything that is even a, I wouldn't even say conservative point of view, but even kind of a conservative to mainstream point of view. Those outlets don't exist, and they masquerade. They use the storied names of these great institutions or these great companies like the Washington Post. I mean, it's been around forever. Did a lot of historic work for decades, but it no longer does that. I mean, just the fact that they would cover the Logan Act as if the Logan Act should have been something that was used, and they ate that up from the Obama administration, who said we're looking at the Logan Act, or it was a leak. Just the fact that they would use that and not call them on that should be pretty alarming.
It appears that the media woke up with the possible election of Donald Trump, and it was dormant during much of the Obama administration. Seems to me we have what I call Praetorian Guard media. They're going to protect the Obama administration no matter what that administration did or does. And if the shoe were on the other foot, if this were a Republican administration that did this to a Democratic candidate, it would be the greatest scandal in American history.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine if it was George W. Bush and Karl Rove doing this to the incoming Obama administration, who, by the way, had people that were over in Russia back in 2008. If they said they were investigating the people from the Obama administration, the Obama campaign that were over in Russia talking to Russians and were investigating them for the Logan Act, they would have burnt down the Department of Justice.
Yeah, I agree. We'll be right back.